Let's see. White supremacists get their poor widow hearts broken by what they thought to be their safe pet Negroes. They see a symbol of white power run out of town on a rail simply at the whim of black students who themselves don't have any money or power, and then they see it happen again and again at other college campuses. Yep, it's been a rough few weeks for white supremacy. And it ain't over yet. In one day we've seen white supremacists go on a shooting spree at a Black Lives Matter rally, and the first Chicago Death Squad member to be charged with first-degree murder in over 30 years. And that's just been the last 24 hours alone. And speaking of Chicago, let's not forget about Officer Sticky Fingers. Let's deal with the Chicago murder of Laquan McDonald first. This will be the first and last time I say anything about it, because in intelligent black society, we have a policy. If the family of a murdered black person refuses to demand white supremacy be held to account, then it makes little sense for us to do so. Sadly, this is what Laquan McDonald's family has chosen to do. The murder occurred over a year ago, but the tape of the killing is only just now being made public. There were numerous Freedom of Information Act requests from major news organizations and citizen journalists, but the Chicago PD and Mayor Rahm Emanuel's office denied them all. Finally, one citizen journalist filed a lawsuit on the matter, and it was only this week that a judge ordered the corrupt Cook County State's attorney, Anita Alvarez, to release the tape. Anita Alvarez is every bit as vile and perverse as Bob McCullough or Angela Corey. However, she takes judicial corruption to a whole new low. Her record of prosecutorial misconduct and malicious prosecutions would make the redneck thugs in Florida blush. She has shamelessly protected cops who she knew to be dirty, such as John Burge, the Chicago PD commander who was sent to prison for presiding over a series of police-sanctioned torture chambers for almost 20 years. Also, the murder of Rekia Boyd. Alvarez, with the deliberate complicity of a corrupt judge, threw that case and then defied the public to do anything about it. So when the FOIA request came regarding the murder of Laquan McDonald, she wasn't about to comply. But 6 months ago, as it became clear this matter wasn't going away, the Chicago city government began trying to quietly bury the issue. First, they offered Laquan's family $5 million. Before the family even filed a lawsuit. Well, this was clearly hush money, and you can tell because the family of Laquan McDonald began cooning and buck dancing for the very white government who murdered their family member. And while it's good to see a pig doing the perp walk, we've seen it all before. When the DAs are unable to hide behind a grand jury, they instead decide to throw the case at trial, as they did with George Zimmerman, as they did with the cops who murdered Sean Bell, as they did with Rekia Boyd. Alvarez got caught trying to bury a murder, and is now scrambling to make it seem like she was going to prosecute all along. Yeah, right. I imagine Alvarez has already figured out how she's going to throw this case, and like the Rekia Boyd trial, she's found the right tool of a judge to help derail justice yet again. Before I go any further, I would also like to remind you that Alvarez is Hispanic. Just this year, only a couple of months ago, the Hispanic National Bar Association gave Alvarez their 2015 Attorney of the Year award. This after John Burge. This after Rekia Boyd. This after Laquan McDonald. That black-brown alliance is working out so well, isn't it? But for now, the white supremacists in the Windy City have lost face, and their well-wishers in the rest of the country have suffered yet another humiliation. They played a game of chicken with the black public, and the white supremacists blinked. But since the family of Laquan McDonald can't be bothered to take on the bigots, I'm leaving the matter here.